Welcome to all participants and also to all listeners. This webinar is about session 5, the fifth session of the training program, and concerns the communication skills. All text that will be presented on the following slides is equally reported on the trainer's manual. So all participants, all trainers are invited to read carefully the trainer's manual and to ask me every questions concerning any doubts they will have about any passage, any step of the session. What is the aim of this session about communication skills? The aim is to support persons with intellectual disabilities develop mindful communication skills. In other words, to improve their intentions and perform more mindful actions in communication process. As in all other sessions, also in this session there are some expected outcomes. In particular, 4 expected outcomes. The first is to develop the understanding about own emotions and or intentions. The second outcome is to be more active in listening process. The third outcome is to develop understanding about others' emotions and or intentions, while the last expected outcome is more controlled verbal and non-verbal responses. Also, this session consists of 2 meetings. The first one is a group meeting, while the last one is an individualized meeting. The group meeting has a duration of 2 hours and can include 7 participants at maximum. This session about communication skills is important for 3 reasons. The first is in terms of employability. Indeed, good communication skills help to get hired and to succeed throughout career. The second reason is in terms of mindfulness. Indeed, mindful communication skills helps the trainees to be in the conversation, detect their emotions and intentions, and control verbal as well as non-verbal responses. Last, in terms of importance, this session is important because good communication skills enrich personal and formal relationships. The group meeting has 2 parts. The first part consists in reflecting and feedback on the homework done in relation to the previous session. while part 2 consists in doing a relaxing exercise. The trainer, the instructors, can choose among 2 exercises: the mountain meditation or the progressive muscle relaxation exercise. Both these relaxing exercises are fully described in the trainer's manual. The first exercise of session 5 about communication skills has the aim to develop self-awareness and improve listening skills. This exercise has a duration of 30 minutes and is based on worksheet 1 in the trainee's manual, a watch or a stopwatch. The first exercise consists in splitting participants into pairs. Then, one of the participants is invited to introduce himself or herself to the other for 5 minutes. Then they exchange roles. The task for the listener is to listen carefully and then to introduce his or her partner by using personal pronouns. For example, instead of saying my partner's name is Jack, the participants should say my name is Jack. It would be better if the conversations are unstructured. The worksheet on which the exercise is based consists of a table that trainees are invited to fill in. So the trainer can introduce the filling of the worksheet by making these questions. My name is, the age, and so on. There are also some possible questions to discuss at the end of exercise 1. Example, what things did you like during this task? What was difficult to you? And so on. Exercise 2 has the following aim. Listening and hearing are very important in communication process. The aim of this exercise is thus to recognize others' feelings in different communication situations and to discover the best ways of interacting with each other. Also, this second exercise has a duration of 60 minutes. However, it is possible to shorten the exercise and to join it with other exercises. The exercise 2, the second exercise, consists in this task. There are several different communication situations which be introduced to the trainees. 2 of the trainees will participate in each situation, and the rest will be observers. 2 participants will talk 2 minutes with each other on a particular topic. First, one of the participants talks and the others listen. The other listens. Then they exchange roles. It is important to discuss, share the ideas and observations after each situation. What are the possible topics and situations that trainees can reflect and discuss on? The possible topics may be their favorite movies, their favorite dish, what they did last evening, and so on. While the possible situations can be one of the participants talks at the same time as the other, or participants talk 1 or 1.5 meters far from each other. The one who listens keeps eye contact and tries to listen carefully, clarify, and to encourage. This situation is the most important to include in the training. Also, exercise 2, the second exercise, is based on a worksheet number 2, that is reported on the trainee's manual, and consists in this task. Observe how other participants talk with each other, and think about, how did the one who talked feel? Why? How did the one who listened feel? Why? What were the positive things that you observed? Why are these positive things, these things positive? And so on. There are also possible questions to discuss after each situation. For example, how did the one who talked listen feel? Why? What were the positive, negative things that you observed? Why are the things positive, negative? The trainer or the instructor writes shared ideas about each situation on the board. When all situations are discussed, the instructor asks the whole group to choose the best communication situation and why the situation was the best. The instructor marks shared ideas on the board. Exercise 3 of session 5 has the aim to extend the understanding of others' behavior and broaden the knowledge about perceived own behavior. This exercise has a duration of 30 minutes and is also supported by 2 video tutorials that can help trainees to learn the development of this exercise better. Exercise 3 consists of different stages. In stage 1, participants are encouraged to stand in front of each other in pairs. One of the pair tries to act naturally, showing any movement that she or he wants without words. At the same time, the other member of the pair tries to repeat everything that she or he sees. The task is to repeat as much precisely as possible and to be silent through the process. After 5 minutes, pair members change their roles. What are the possible questions to discuss after stage 1? For example, was it difficult to remain silent or not too loud? Why? How did you understand what you must repeat? Was it difficult to repeat your co-workers' movements? If yes, then why? How did you feel when your movements were repeated? Were they repeated correctly? If not, then why? In stage 2, one of the participants is encouraged to act naturally, showing various movements without words, and all other participants try to repeat what they see for 3 minutes. After each stage, participants should discuss the experience. What are the possible questions to discuss after stage 2? There are questions to all participants who repeated, and is how did he or she feel when all of you repeated his or her actions? Why? And there are also 3 questions to ask to participants who acted. How did you feel when other participants repeated what you are doing? Why? Did other participants repeat your body language correctly? If not, then why? What could this mean about you? Exercise 4 has the aim to broaden the understanding that own opinion may differ from the other person's opinion, and to accept these differences. This fourth exercise has a duration of 50 minutes. In exercise 4, participants have to choose one picture of a face from a magazine that seems interesting to them. Then they have to cut it out and stick it to the top of the page, leaving more space in the bottom. After that, each participant writes his or her first impression about the face on the lowest part of the paper. Ask them to fold that part so that no one could see it. Then the picture should be given to other participants, who have to write their first impression about other pictures on the bottom of the page, fold that part, and send it to the next group member. The trainer should repeat this procedure until all pictures reach all the participants. When participants get their chosen pictures, unfold the papers. Encourage participants to discuss about the differences or the similarities of their first impressions. If it is difficult to understand the rules for participants, demonstrate. So the trainer should demonstrate how to write and how to fold the paper. It would be better to avoid pictures of celebrities. If necessary, try to control criticism or judging. What are the possible questions to discuss about exercise 4? What did surprise you? Was your first notion similar to the others? Is it okay to have different opinions, notions about others? Could other people have different opinions about you? At the end of the 4th exercise, the trainer gives instructions on how to do homework exercises. In this case, in session 5, the end of session 5, the homework exercises consist in think about situations in which you meet other people. So trainees are invited when they go home to think about situations in which they meet other people. Then to remember their feelings in those situations. After that, trainees have to try to describe when they felt in worksheet 4 that I have copied, I have reported on the next slide, but it is also reported on the trainees manual. When trainees feel anxious or upset, they should try to do the mindfulness exercises. This is the worksheet 4 that trainees should use for doing the homework exercises. And after instructing the trainees about the homework exercises, the trainer starts the closing relaxing exercise. These relaxing exercises are the same ones that were presented in the opening relaxing exercise and are the mountain meditation and the mindful breathing exercise. The trainer should choose one relaxing exercise between these two ones. Then the trainer starts the closing reflection and ask trainees what did they do that day? What did they learn? What was the most important thing that they learned? And so on. After the group meeting, the trainer invites each participant in an individualized meeting where the trainer can discuss with the trainee about the content of the group meeting, does some training on the homework exercises, takes or gives feedback, and collects data about the trainee's progress. The individualized meeting has a duration of 30 minutes. In order to enhance the knowledge about the contents of session 5 about communication skills, the trainer can visit these two websites and also watch a video on YouTube. After session 5 about communication skills, there is a session about problem-solving skills. The aim of this session is to support persons with intellectual disabilities to develop basic problem-solving skills. The expected outcomes of this training session are: recognize possible problematic situations at work, understand the perspectives of the people involved, think about possible solutions, and the last outcome is to choose the best solutions that lead to a win-win or a balancing seesaw result. The first group meeting has a duration of 2 hours, and as for all other group meetings in all other training sessions, the number of participants that can be included in the meeting is 7. Why this session is important? First of all, in terms of employability, because problem-solving skills are essential for developing and succeeding in workplaces. Then in terms of mindfulness, because it is important for the trainees to identify work-related feelings and respond in a calm way to the obstacles they may face. Then in terms of importance, it is important for employees to maintain a positive perspective and a positive attitude on their work. Also, the group meeting in session 6 about problem-solving skills has 2 parts. The first part consists in reflecting and feedback on the homework done in the time between the end of the previous session and the current one. Part 2 consists instead in a relaxing exercise, in particular the smile relaxing exercise. The aim of exercise 1 is seeing and recognizing the balance, the seesaw, in situations is an important skill. This exercise can have a duration of 90 minutes. This exercise is progressively being unfolded in the following 5 stages. The first stage is about work-related situations. So trainers have to give to the participants a photo from a workplace or a job finding situation and ask them to see it, reflect a little on it, and describe in their own words the situation. The photo can be viewed in the trainee's manual. At this stage, trainers have to distribute the same picture to all trainers. Possible stimulating questions that the trainer can ask to participants are: what did you see in this picture? Where has this picture been taken? What are the people doing? Are they happy? Are they sad? The second stage of exercise 1 is about where is the problem. Participants are encouraged to think of a possible problem that is connected with the situation that was identified in the previous stage. All participants are encouraged to think, and their ideas are written on the whiteboard or a big white paper with a marker visible to everyone. All possible problems or problematic situations are written down. At this stage, it is important that conflicts of interests and emotions of all kinds are identified and expressed by the participants. Possible stimulating questions that trainers can ask the trainees are: who is unhappy with the situation? What does he or she want? Why can't have what she or he want? What is going to happen in the end? The third stage of exercise 1 consists in reviving the scene and merging into the problem. The participants, with the help of the facilitator, select one problem that they want to deal with. A leader is elected from the group to guide the scene reenactment. All members take possible roles within the work-related situation. Who is indicated with a paperboard worn as a necklace on each participant's chest. It is important that all participants, all trainees, participate and that roles are named, even with person A, person B, person C, and so on. The role-playing aims at reenacting the scene, offering a more experiential perception of the situation. At this point, it is important to induce a notion of balance or the seesaw. A seesaw can be actually drawn for a more experiential touch. With the help of the facilitator, participants try to find the following solutions, guided mainly by emotions. A solution where everybody is unhappy. A solution where someone is very happy and someone is very unhappy. A solution where everybody is a little happy and a little unhappy. At this stage, ask the participants to role play and freely express themselves. At stage 4, the facilitator tries to put on the whiteboard selectively 3 types of solutions as they emerged from the previous stages. They have to be stated clearly. The solution where person A is happy and person B unhappy. The solution where person B is happy and person A is unhappy. The solution where both person A and person B are happy and possible a little unhappy. The solutions are suggested to have the form of possible endings in this situation. At this point, it is important to see the end and not to how to get there in details. It is important for the participants to recognize more or less balanced results in situations. The stimulating questions that the trainers can ask to trainees are: what do you have to say on these solutions? Which one is the best? Which one is the worst? At stage 5, participants are encouraged to find more work-related pictures, for example from the magazines, cut and paste them in the relevant area on their trainee manual, in particular on the worksheet 2. They have to choose images that they think as balancing situations, work-related images that make them happy. The stimulating questions that the trainer can ask to the participants are: why did you choose this image? What do you like best in this picture? Who is happy in this picture? What skills do you share with this person? At the end of the exercise, the trainer gives instructions to all participants on how to do homework exercises. Trainees have to find pictures of happy work-related places according to their interests and dreams. The trainer have to encourage them find in paper or electronic form as many places as possible. It is important to develop perspectives into seeing themselves in work-related environments. Finally, The trainer has to encourage the participants to try the mindfulness exercises at home, in particular when they feel anxious or upset. After giving all the instructions to do the homework exercises, the trainer has to start the closing relaxing exercise. That is, again, smile. This relaxing exercise is fully reported on the trainer's manual. At the end of the closing relaxing exercise, the trainer can ask participants some reflecting questions. For example, what did we do today? What did we learn? What did you like the most? Which part of the session would you like us to repeat? After the group meeting, there is the individualized meeting. In the individualized meeting, the trainer can discuss with each trainee or one trainee at a time about the content of the group meeting, does some training on the homework exercises, takes or gives feedback, and collects data about the trainee's progress. The individualized meeting has a maximum duration of 30 minutes. Even in this session, even the contents of this session can be deepened by visiting the following website. So, in order to enhance the knowledge of contents of this session, trainers are invited to visit these websites. There are also some books and articles that can be used to enhance the knowledge. That's all. I hope this webinar will be useful to all trainers. And if there are some questions, I'm here to answer to all your questions or to solve or clarify any doubts about the contents of this webinar. Anyway, if you will have any doubt about the contents of this session, these two sessions, session 5 and session 6, in the next days, feel free to contact me and I will give you all clarifications that you will ask to me. That's all.